Hello, I hope everyone is doing all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. I'm going to start this video saying I will be talking about how I feel right now. I saw a video by Ultros in which he was complaining, and rightfully so, about all the issues that he has been having in his channel, in his contents, with all the people talking shit about him you know, all the people that trying to bring him down, the strikes, the reports, and all of that. And the first thing I'm going to say before we continue with this conversation is this. I'm not monetized. This channel is not monetized. I might have other channels that are monetized. For example, I might have. You don't know. And you will never know. Because the only channel that is linked to this one is another one where I used to make stuff that most of it is in this channel with my nephews. Simple as this. In this channel, I've been talking about politics, but I also have some music and I have some other stuff. Okay, and maybe I will add on some more things to this channel. I made this channel with the specific purpose of interacting with people and then to publish videos. If you go into the list of the videos, you will see there are a lot of them in different stages of production. And I experiment with things. I see what works for me. You know, in the last videos, I was using the blur effect, but I don't like it. I even prefer this one with the background remover because it's simply more soothing. And you are seeing just me and my black t-shirt, nothing more. No fancy things to distract you, nothing. And I'm making this video. First of all shots, do not give up. It's hard. It's fucking hard. I know. You know, I'm in your streams. I read in your comment sections. Okay, what I told you in my last comment, I will honor it if you ask me to. I will do that for you. I don't. I it's 5 minutes of my time. All right. So if you need it, ask, ask my friend, and I will help you because I can't help you out in other ways, okay? Because I myself am having problems with Google and Google Pay, and I didn't like the way they were treating my data, so I called them out, and they still have not answered me, and I still am not using any service of them that uh, gives them any kind of my data because I live in Portugal. I'm Portuguese, despite my colorful origins in Germany and France. Okay, I have a lot of bloodlines, but I am Portuguese. More than Portuguese, I'm South Portuguese, which is a breed of its own. Okay, we are the type of people that don't take shit from anyone. We are those Portuguese that when you see them in the streets and they are not smiling, and they might kick your ass if you look at them in a way they don't like. That's the type of Portuguese I am. I'm not your friendly garçon. I'm the kind of guy that will kick your ass if you look at me funny. I'm not a good person. Okay, I'm not a violent person, but I'm not a good person. So, all of these trolls, all of these dumbasses that come into the comment section, including my own, okay, they don't face me. Sometimes they annoy me. That is as much as they are able to take from me. Annoy me for a minute. Okay? Because I have no issues. And if you go into my channel and you see the comment sections in my videos, you will see that I have absolutely no issues in someone writing in the comment sections that they don't agree with me. No issues. People can disagree with me. Completely their right. But to spread fake news, to act like some kind of impolite, stupid prick, or try to raise emotions from me, no. The more you try to bring out emotions from me, the less emotions you have, the colder I become. I become. And I'm not some fucking superhero, okay? I'm not some teenager that needs to justify its actions. I'm a grown man and I don't care what you think. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap if you don't like the way I look. I don't give a crap if you don't like the way I speak in English. I don't really care. Okay? I'm speaking English. And if even the Scottish people can understand me, I think any person that speaks English can understand me. And you have to understand that English is not my native language. My native language is Portuguese and then German. These are the two languages that I learned when I was a kid. And if you don't know this, when you have that basis in your speech, it becomes a bit harder to speak in English. Okay? Because these are the South Portuguese that I speak and the German, they are very cut languages. You speak them quickly. You speak them quickly but slowly. Meaning, for example, I will give you an example so that you can listen to the sound. A normal Portuguese, that is a kind of Portuguese that I sometimes use in my work, just for making because I need to keep things clear, so I just speak slower. He would speak like this: O meu nome é João e moro em Portugal. This is the regular Portuguese. The South Portuguese: O meu nome é João e moro em Portugal. Different. So it makes it hard. And then of course you have the German. And the mother of my grandfather, she came from East Prussia. So that means they are the type of Germans that speak that quick language that no one understands. Not even the Germans themselves. I know right now it's changed. I'm speaking in the past. You have to understand this. Okay? They are that kind of very martial, okay, very to the point kind of people that unfortunately a German person has told me recently they have become into the idiots of the ADF or whatever the hell they call themselves. Okay, it seems that the loss of our Vaterland was not enough for them. They want to lose even more to fucking idiots and to fucking people with dumb ideas. That instead of you, and I'm addressing to you, Germans, some of you, instead of addressing the problems like you should do, like a German would do, you don't address the problems. You don't call out your politicians. You attack the people. You attack the immigrants. You attack other people instead of attacking the bloody problem. And the bloody problem, you know what it is: greed. And you know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. But I'm not here for this. I'm making this video, first of all shots. This one is for you. This one is for you. My dear Americans, and I'm talking only to the dumbasses. I'm not talking to good people, to good hardworking Americans, people, some channels that I watch, like for example Josh. Okay? I'm not talking to those people that are good people, that are hardworking people, that are honest people, of every race, of every color. I'm talking to the dumbasses and to the ones that don't want to lose an inch of their comfort to fight for their future. It's to those people that I'm talking. So when you hear me say Americans, if you are an honest American, don't get offended. Okay? Don't get offended because this has nothing to do with you. If you are trying to be a decent person, if you are trying to survive. I am tired of fucking Americans talking shit about Europe. When you are talking bad about an Italian or a Spaniard or a French or a German, whatever, even a British, okay? If when you are talking bad about any of those people, I feel personally offended because I can criticize them and they can criticize me. But you fuckers, you have no right to criticize anyone. You have no right and you have no credit to criticize anyone. You swoop in at the end of two wars to collect profit. The British were still paying you war debts in the 90s. You didn't give anything to Europe. You did exactly the same fucking thing the Soviets did. You split up Europe into hunting grounds and you have been sucking the wealth out of us, giving us crumbs. And if you think I'm hostile or nasty towards Americans, it's because I'm being hostile. I'm not being nasty because I'm not some kid in the playground. I'm a grown man. I have no hatred towards Americans. I wish them no violence. Nothing. Nothing of the sort. I am speaking the truth. I am tired of you coming here and complaining of such idle shit like the streets are too narrow. Oh, you have to pay to go to the bathroom. Okay. Oh, the portions are so small. Well, let me start from the end. You want to know why the portions are small? They are not small. Those are portions meant for human beings, not farmyard creatures. Okay? These are not buckets to feed the cows and the pigs. These are portions for a normal human being. That when goes out, when a normal human being, well, at least me, and I'm a big eater, okay? I mean, I even need to lose some weight because I'm too effing fat, okay? But when I go to a restaurant and I order a meal, I expect to eat something done at the moment and that is good. The last time I went into the restaurant, I paid around 17 euros. No tip. Oh, sorry. I knew the waiter, so I left him 3 euros of tip. I paid her in this case with the 20, and I told her to keep the 3 euros and grab a coffee with a coworker. But I ate a meal. Okay, I enjoyed the space. I enjoyed the company of the people I was with. Sorry, and I paid for it, and it's normal and it's acceptable. And I did not sit down and expected in 5 minutes to be being served. When we sat down, number one, we had phoned ahead and booked a table for us. We even chose what we would like to eat, what we would like to drink. We chose it all, even before we sat down, because we are civilized people. We are not savages. Because if we arrived and we asked, do you have a table for us? And they would seat us, we would know we would have to go through the process. They would bring us the menu. We would look at the menu. You would choose whatever you want. The drinks would come first. Then the other things that are normal, like for example, the bread. and the aperitifs, which in Portugal usually are some butter and cheese, and maybe some cold cuts. This is normal. And you can say that you don't want that, but it's normal, okay? Some olive oils, sometimes also olive oil. So, yeah, some olives, okay? And other stuff, it depends on the region, it depends on the restaurant, okay? And this is normal. You wait, because if I want to have a quick meal, there are places that will provide you with quick meals. Or you can do what we did, your phone. Okay, I also don't give a crap if you don't like the way our food is made. That we don't supermax something, or that we don't put cheese in something that you want to put cheese. If you go into the restaurant, and if they sell you a baguette, like I saw some idiot girl in France complain about, okay, and it's a ham cheese baguette, that baguette will have the damn baguette, perhaps some butter in the bread if the bread is a bit more dry, and then slice of ham, slice of sausage, or something like that. Okay, you cannot ask someone to put some lettuce on it or do this or do that. No, the rules of the game are well defined. You purchase a product, you pay, and you get the product. The people, the servers, like you call them, okay, the people that are there, they are not your fucking slaves. They are not there to praise you, to attend you and talk to you. Oh, you want some water? Oh, Missa, oh, Massa, oh, Massa, can I help you? Oh, God, Lord Jesus, oh, God, Lord Jesus, because that is what you fucking like. You like to have black people praising you. Even the black people like that. Do you realize how ridiculous you look? When I go into a restaurant, I treat my waiter, the person that is serving my table, as a human being. I treat him with politeness, with civility, and that is the only thing I expect from that person. That person doesn't need to be smiling. I don't know how his or her day has been. I don't know if they are sick. I don't know their psychological state. All I know is I want to be well served. I want to have my nice meal. I want to have my peace and quiet. Most of the times I eat alone. I don't go to the restaurants very often. And ever since the pandemic, I even go less to the restaurants because I simply don't. I don't know. I think I lost the habit. And besides that, it's expensive. Okay, it's expensive. I cannot go every day to the restaurant. No, I take a meal in my. I take a bento, like the Japanese call it, okay? And I eat it at my desk, and then I go back to work. But I have my lunchtime. I have my break, okay? Because you need to. And I am tired of these people coming over here and then complaining. I saw some girl complaining about an old urinal, meaning a public bathroom that was defunct, and then she was all shocked because it was all filled with garbage and leaves and whatever. It wasn't being used, you dumb cow. It was not being used. Maybe a couple of feet, like you say, couple of meters away from that bathroom is another one, clean and working. Some are cleaner than others. That is another thing about the bathrooms. Some bathrooms you pay, some bathrooms you don't. If you go into a library, no one is going to fucking ask you to pay to go to use the bathroom. If you go into a public building, very rarely, never in my experience, If you go into some cities, some have public bathrooms, some don't, and some have paid bathrooms, and it's the same all over Europe. It depends. And then you say, I visit Europe. And then we go and look and see where you went to. You went to France and Germany, perhaps. And that is Europe. And you will base your entire experience on that. Or you come to Portugal and Spain and you say, I went to Europe. And you are going to base your entire experience on that. Why? Because we are stupid, because we are ignorant, and because we are a savage. This is the real word that should be used about you. Savages. Who in his right mind will call your only allies in the world parasites? When we have been paying for your military rise. Us. Remember Werner von Braun? Where was he from? Hmm? Albert Einstein. Where was he from? I could sit here and tell you, disassembling each and every so-called achievement that you have had, okay? And it would have been an European to invent it or develop. You developed shit. Even Edison stole patents. That is historically proven. The first computer, it was not you. It was the Germans and the English. Sorry, the British. They were the ones that invented the first computers, not you. And yet you claim, oh, we invented this, we invented the internet. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You stole an invention, okay, and then you develop it. And you can have the credit for developing it sometimes, not always. Okay, at least the Romans that you seem so pointy and trying to mimic, at least the Romans, they were very honest. Okay, the Romans would say our culture, even our gods, they're shit. The Greeks have good culture, okay, and they have good gods. Let's adopt them, and they did. I don't think many Americans would know that the Roman Empire had a lot of languages, everything from Germanic and Celtic based dialects, okay, to Latin, many strands of Latin and Greek, and that the great poets and writers of the Roman Empire, most of them wrote in Greek, which was the language of the people that have had a certain degree of culture. Most Roman emperors probably spoke Greek, okay? But you Americans, you don't know that. This is a bit too much for you, okay? So I won't be talking about it. Now, sorry. Just been taking care of my beard, and now I have a bit of a allergy here. It's not a booger. Now, when you come into Europe, the first thing you have to understand is this. No one here gives a crap you're an American, okay? We don't care how things are in your home. We don't care anything. You come here, okay, you want to visit things, you want to eat food, you want to stroll down the streets, you want to do all of that, please do. We don't care. I don't care that in America they give you free refills. I don't give a crap. Not me and not any European. Okay? I don't care that the servers are always smiling at you in America. I don't care. I don't give a crap. Neither does any European. I don't even care that you feel confused with our culture or the different ways in which we do things. We don't care. We accept your presence the same way we accept the presence of tourists from other places in the world. And even that, you are becoming troublesome. Over tourism is destroying parts of Europe, including Portugal, including Spain, for example, and more harsh laws are going to appear to counter this. Because you want to know why? Because around here, the voter is the king. We don't have any kings. Oh, we have some kings, okay, but no, but we have democratic elected parliaments. We have constitutions. We have rights. Healthcare is one of them. So, if we decide you are not going to come into Europe, you are not going to come into Europe. And what is going to happen because of all of you megadogs is this. It's the indifference that is going to hit you. We are only we are only going to talk with you and interact with you when it directly helps us. Just like Miss von der Leyen did with your Fanta Führer. Just like she did with him. Smile. Okay. The result? Well, Europe continues to buy exactly the same thing it used to buy from the Americans. Energy, oil and gas, until we get rid of it, and weapons until we get rid of you. Because you want to know why? Because our worry is that that dwarf that took over the power in Russia, and that is threatening the entire world. And if you don't see that threat, then you are a fucking moron. He has killed, murdered 1 million Russians in Ukraine, millions, thousands of Ukrainians, millions of Russians that run off the country, and now he is willing to go to another draft and kill some more. And you are not helping Ukraine. Right now, your Fanta Führer, he is doing all of this cosmetic work, but in terms of actions, in terms of proper actions, I see nothing. I only see him trying to get deals and try to get. He's not helping us, okay? He's selling help. You want to know? You know who sells protection? Have you not seen The Godfather? The Sopranos? I like The Sopranos. I have the entire series. I like it. Mobsters. So you don't have a government. You have a Cosa Nostra, but without the honor. At least the Cosa Nostra hmm, has rules and has honor. Even if they are criminals, honor, rules, things that you don't do, words that you don't speak. And there you stand, spreading your dumbasses across the nation. And you want to know what? Use the comment section for your hatred. Use it. Use it. It's yours. I will be glad to take a print of it all, okay, and send it to the proper authorities to deal with you. Because this is what I'm going to start to do right now. Because this is what you deserve. And you think, oh, nothing will happen with it. Of course it won't. Because after all, we are just Europeans, right? Well, I have one last thing to say because this video is rather emotional. It's rather out of my character. But I just have this to say to you all Americans. Americans, you have awoken Europe. So don't complain in the future. Don't complain in the future when it hits you back. And this time, it won't be one country, it will be the entire continent. And if individually we dominated the world, imagine what we can do as a collective. 450 million of us. Decent Americans, I'm with you. I support you. If you are religious, I can even say I pray for you. You are decent people. Don't stop fighting. Don't ever give up. Remember your principles. Stand by them. Stand by your constitution. Stand by your rights. This that they are spreading, this is not free speech. This is authoritarian speech. And unless you do something about it, unless you fight for your rights, you are going down that road. And you know what that road always leads? Destruction. But who am I? A meaningless voice in the internet. This video will probably even be shadow banned by YouTube, but I don't care. Well, thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you for your patience. And all shots, don't you effing give up.